Alright guys, Billy, we're back on more Mafia. This will probably be the last episode for today, but I didn't realize this until I was just looking at the list of missions. We only have 3 left. We're very, very close to the end of the game. But to be honest, if we're at a point by the end of this episode where it looks like we are about to finish the game, I might just say fuck it and just try to finish it tonight. We'll see though, because we still have 3 more. And like this last mission that we just did just took us the entire fucking episode, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's great, boss. And this is just a taste. I got a line on a whole shipment of Cameroons that have been impounded by customs. You guys are going to grab them.
You want us to boost cigars?
Something wrong with that? Customers in our nightclubs are paid.
Actually, I'm looking this up. Like, according to this, we only have like an hour and 15 minutes left.
I don't know. Small time.
I just knew you were a smart one, Tom. Can't put nothing past you. Small time is exactly right. That's how it's supposed to look. Cigars are just a cover for a shipment of hot ice. The smuggled diamonds hidden in some of the boxes. The feds have
Yeah, it's probably still a bit too long for us to finish it tonight, but we are very close to the end. Which is very strange considering, again, like, I don't feel like, I don't know, like, I mean, this is a very meh game for me as a whole.
Work out the details together. But I want those cigars back here before anyone catches on to the real loot. You got it?
Sure, boss.
Great. And don't drink all the good stuff while I'm
Yeah, I'm looking at this thing of like someone playing like each mission, and it looks like this mission that we're about to do took this person 48 minutes. The next mission took only 14 minutes, and then the next mission after that is 36 minutes. So I'm thinking we'll probably finish it tomorrow. I don't think we'll have time to finish it tonight.
I'm not saying it's a good plan, but it won't get us killed. Probably.
So what, then we got a guy on the inside or something?
No. We gotta do this on our own. And it'll be rough.
Actually, I don't even remember. Like,
Cigars are packed in crates
I just want
at the harbor.
Shit. The place would be crawling with security.
Lasers did do a review of this game.
Force won't work.
To say the series hasn't been in the best of positions.
So we're
Hangar
still
13's
customs
Mafia
trap.
3 and subsequent
Slip
remasters
right
and
in.
remakes of older games is quite telling as to their competence with
Kill the poor
creating
bastard driver.
anything.
No.
2K check were
Just
behind
scare
Mafia
him, but all
and
we need is
Mafia
his
2, two
paperwork.
games that are considered
Right.
very good experiences.
need the
Mafia
hassle
2
of dumping a
of course
body.
being a favourite for most. Now coming into 2020,
See
Hangar
if we can
13
get eyes
plans
on a
to release
customs truck
Mafia
down by the
trilogy,
docks.
including Mafia 3, a
Alright,
remaster of
Tom.
Mafia 2, and a full
Yeah.
from-the-ground-up remake
Just
of
trying
the
to figure
original
out the
Mafia.
angle
In
is
the
up.
year that the astounding Final
there to
Fantasy
figure?
VII Remake was released,
Boss says
this
a job
would
needs
have a lot to
doing,
live
we're
up to.
doing it.
Now, I personally was
seems
really
like a
looking
lot
forward
to
to the
put on
Mafia
the line.
remake. I honestly was. I'm a
Even
huge
for
fan
some
of Mafia
diamonds.
2 and the Mafia genre in general,
Defense
whether
pinch
it's
us.
movies, games, TV, whatever.
get
I'm a
the serious
huge
stuff.
fan of organised crime. Not actual organised crime, Jesus. But it looked as if they were
Well,
learning
let's
from
make
their
sure we
mistakes.
don't get
Mafia
caught.
3 had come out 4 years prior, and surely
Right.
this game wouldn't have the same issues.
Yeah.
Surely.
Yeah, I don't even know what the complaints are with Mafia 3.
I got gear for the job stashed down by the harbor. Either of you need something special, throw some
And for me at this point, like, I don't, like, this game's not ranking too highly, obviously. I don't know exactly where it's gonna rank. The first, like, the game that comes to my mind when I'm comparing this game is Watch Dogs Legion, which means it's gonna be very, very low. I will say that I do think it's above. Like, I did consider it below before, but I think at this point I'm probably above.
Here we fucking go, yes. Before all that, this video is brought to you by the Ridge.
Okay, now let's skip over this.
Fictional city.
Will you
game
relax?
is digital
You're
pickpocket.
making me nervous playing around with your piece like that.
Contains spoilers for the entire
Sorry.
story, so skip to the timestamp on screen to
Got a
avoid
lot on my mind
any
as well.
spoilers.
That's so. I'd have figured there
The
wasn't enough
story of
room
this
up
game
there.
is, to put it simply, lackluster. Now let me explain
Gotta
my
laugh,
major gripes.
assholes.
First thing is the setup. Now,
You know
time
what?
goes
I'm just gonna listen to this because, like, to be honest, I kind of have a general idea of where the story goes. I do know how the game ends. I do know what happens to Tommy. Mainly because I do know
Spill it then. What are you working on?
something happens in Mafia 2. So I'm just gonna listen to this.
cab
So
driver to a high-up member of the Mafia. You'd expect this to be a gradual
Been
change
thinking about
across the
getting
game,
up the
however,
freedom zone downtown.
it's not. One day he's a
You
cab
wanna rub a
driver,
bike?
accidentally gets involved with the
Sure.
Salieri family. Next day,
I've been casing
he's
the
called a
place for months. I
Salieri
got it
boss,
all
and
worked
it
out.
really is that simple, and it's hilariously
Just
bad.
need a
There's
few
no reason
guys
for me to
to
believe
count
this
on
makes
to
a
watch
modicum
my
of
back.
sense, especially
Rob
when
a
he's
bank
scared
if they
shitless of
rob
them
me.
during their first
We're
encounter.
robbing the
Next moment,
fucking
he's running
fence,
from
ain't
some
we?
goons who smashed up his car, and
the
he's ready to
difference?
torch
So
their
here's
shit,
the
beat them
goddamn
up, and then
difference, you
literally be
nitwit.
brought into the family
The
right
darn
away.
source
It's
is
also
stealing
dumb as shit from
cigars.
Salieri. You
Ain't no
literally
way
don't
he
know
sends
this
him
dude.
to
He did
bank
one
jobs.
job for you, and now he's sitting with your right and left-hand men
Well, then we don't
alongside
tell
your
him.
major advisor. Dude, I think we need to teach you a lesson
You
on a way
wanna
to put
step
your
out on
trust
the
in
dime.
people. Supposedly, in the original, his decision to join the Mafia is forced upon him. It's either
No.
join these guys or die, which would make way
Not
more
really.
sense, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. We've also got this major subplot
cut
of
him in
Tommy having more
after we
humanity
make
than
the
everybody
score.
else. The first time he sees
He'll be
someone
bent,
die as
sure,
part of what he does, he's all,
but he
I
won't
saw the
stay
cost
mad
of this
once
line
he
of
gets
work,
his share.
but I couldn't go back
I
to
don't
being
know,
a
buddy.
nobody.
Yeah, I
But when did they
fucking
ever
know.
establish Tommy cared about being a nobody?
You
When
do
was
what
that
you
ever a
want.
core trait of Tommy's character?
I won't say nothing.
He also never has huge
Oh, yeah,
aspirations
much.
at all. Even when he's in the Mafia, he's very content
Salieri?
just doing as he's told. He never
yeah,
really
to be
has
honest, like I didn't even pay attention to the story. Fucking, I have to
it's never
really
sounded
analyze
Tommy
it.
really gives a shit
Yes,
about
me,
his
there ain't no
social or
hard work
financial
there.
standing, so it never
right,
felt
buddy.
like that line went
Bring
anywhere.
it to
We
the
also then have this
diamond,
further
so let it
moment
go.
where he's sent to kill some guys. Once he's up close to it and has to kill someone, he can't bring himself to do it, and so
Get the
Paulie does it
debut
for him.
on.
Again, displaying this character
Wake
trait
up.
that Tommy isn't like the others, and that he
here.
almost isn't cut out for all of this. But it's never even an issue. It's never
take the
even
car.
brought up, and it never affects his life
Find a
at all.
custom
You've
shop
got
and
this
meet us
brought
near
up
the
again
impound.
and again over
Me
the
and
course of
Polly?
the game, when
We'll go
planting
get
a
the
bomb
rest of
to
the
get
gear.
to a guy, he accidentally
Ready.
kills an innocent woman, and then again he stops his mate from gunning down another innocent bystander.
You got
It
your
shows
shit
that he
together.
has a good heart.
Yeah,
You've got this brought up again and
Sober as a
again over the
priest.
course of the game, when
That's
planting
what
a
I'm
bomb
afraid
to get
of.
to a guy, he accidentally kills an innocent woman, and then again he
busting
stops his
my
mate from
balls.
gunning down another innocent bystander. It shows that he has
I'm
a good
good.
heart and that he finds violence and killing too much. Never mind, he's a stone cold killer. He allows Frank to leave with his wife, which his boss finds out about, and he lets the girl Sam was sleeping with get away with her life too, which his boss finds out about, but it never actually affects his life. The only thing that ever gets him fucked is when he dared to dream a little bit bigger than before and rob the bank with Paulie, and even then it only fucks him over because Sam is a little bitch who told on him. Tommy's actions, whether noble or not, never actually have any bearing on his life or who he is. There's never any development or growth of who he is as a person and how that affects his journey. They also never do anything with the fact that he's different from the others, the fact that he's not about killing and doing all of this stuff, the fact that he's got a bit more humanity. Maybe you could say that the reason he ended up wanting to screw over Salieri and get out of the family with Paulie is due to that character trait, but they never link the two together, so really, it never actually goes anywhere as a subplot. Not to mention the fact that none of his friends even feel like friends. The only one I'd say genuinely felt like a mate at times was Paulie, and Tommy seemed like they get along, and there were moments where you're like, yeah, these two could actually be friends. That's cool. So when he dies, it does hit you a little bit, not hugely, because we're jumping
Hey, that spoiled me. I really, I don't care about this game story. That's why I'm
He's
listening.
never shown as a good friend. We've never seen any chemistry between Sam and Paulie or Sam and Tommy. He's just knocking about. So when he betrayed us, I thought, yeah, that makes sense. I have no issues killing him. And even at the end, when Tommy is struggling to pull the trigger because he doesn't want to kill his friend, I was like, dude, just kill the guy. When did you ever spend time together? Sam even goes to mention one of the good old days, and the writers couldn't even come up with a fake scenario where they were friends, and so Tommy just pulls the trigger anyway. It's so ridiculously contrived. And that's just sad. The fact that I didn't care for any of these characters is sad because I really honestly wanted to. I did, but I couldn't find any reason to actually give a shit. And complaining is all well and good, but let me give you a few ways they could have streamlined this narrative. First off, for the original reason Tommy joins the Mafia, he's forced to. Either he dies or he joins this life of crime. Not only does that connect us to the character, but it helps us relate to why he's doing this. On top of that, it fuels his mindset for not being able to pull the trigger. It fuels his mindset of caring for people who get caught in the line of fire. But at the same time, you can build up that he starts to enjoy what he's doing. He likes robbing. He likes having power. He likes making money. He enjoys organized crime. And slowly but surely, he can't turn his back on this because this is who he is now. He's finally found identity in his life. Take that one step further, and you find that Tommy, who started out as someone too empathetic to pull the trigger on someone who's almost dead, ends up being able to do so because of the exact same reasons. He's just too empathetic, he's too loyal to family. Not to a code, but to his family and friends, people he's actually close to. He's loyal to Paulie, he's loyal to his wife, and he's loyal to his daughter. You can bring it full circle when he kills Sam because he did it out of the care for people close to him. The same character trait that stopped him from pulling the trigger originally makes him pull the trigger now. He doesn't want his family to be hurt, and that's what gives him the strength to kill Sam. He goes from finding identity in this life of crime to finding identity in his close family, and it all comes full circle, but of course leads to his demise. It's tragic yet also sweet, and allows his final words to his family mean so much more given the previous context. Instead, however, we're left with a half-baked narrative, needs no development or growth, and characters I sadly didn't care for one bit, within a structure that's just events happening across the course of a 6-year period, rather than a cohesive story with meaningful character drama. A remake should be faithful to the source material whilst improving on it. There's a reason Final Fantasy VII Remake is one of the best, if not the best of all time, because it asks the question not how do we make the original look better, but what if we made this game today? A remake is a remake for a reason. You don't just release the same game with prettier graphics, you aspire to improve every element down to the base narrative structure, and sadly, they didn't do that here. Let's talk about the way the game plays. First off, we have my favourite aspect being the driving. The way the cars drive feels great, and this was also one of the best parts of Mafia 3. The driving is lovely, each car feels different, it's satisfying to move around corners and weave in and out of cars. I really enjoyed this. Any mission with a car chase or a race or anything was great fun. Even driving to your initial objective is probably the best part of every level, and that's really where the game shines. Now, the gunplay is another story. The aiming and firing is quite simply dreadful. People like to criticise Red Dead Redemption 2, but holy fuck, this game's shooting is potentially some of the worst out. The basics of it is to aim, shoot, which is fine, but the way it handles is just horrific. You end up overshooting enemies, moving your reticle around like a madman around their head. It's so stiff and rigid, the aiming doesn't feel like there's any sort of motion to it. Oh, that's right. No, that's right. It's not bad gunplay, it just has realistic 1930s recoil. Of course, that answers everything. That's what it is. Look at that realistic 1930s recoil. That's why, obviously. Oh, I'm such a dumb fuck. What you don't understand is this is what gunfights look like in 1930. You won't understand. You weren't born yet. This is what it looked like when you died in 1930, guys. It's just realistic, guys. Not to mention the enemies are damage sponges who just soak up your bullets. Meanwhile, you take 3 shots and you're dead. Being hard is one thing, but being annoyingly difficult is another. The gunplay doesn't feel satisfying, it doesn't feel rewarding. The moment-to-moment gameplay of it doesn't feel smooth. You feel stuck in cover taking cheap shots for ages because the actual movement and shooting mechanics are so wooden, it doesn't make it fun. Far from it. And on the topic of combat, the hand-to-hand combat is, I mean... It hurts. I don't know about you, but I'm looking at this and I'm not seeing any problems. There's just no weight to it. It's slow, it looks clunky, the animations are just so poor, and it's a mess in all honesty. You cannot look at what I'm showing you and feel impressed, which is really what a remake is supposed to do.
Cool.
Did I though? I didn't really though, did I? Oh, no, yeah, no, it just caught on fire because there was a fire there. Yep. And then you've got general movement. There's no flow at all between your animations. Running, jumping, climbing, landing, it's all just basic, rigid animations that play whenever they feel like it, and there's no transitions between them. It looks dreadful, and not what I expect from a game coming out in 2020. It's strange because on the surface, the game looks like it came out this year, but it plays like it came out 18 years ago, and that's an issue.
Yeah.
Gameplay is core to a video game experience, and the gameplay here is just so simplistic. It plays like an old arcade game and doesn't feel enjoyable. The basic pop out of cover and shoot gunplay, the uninspired level design, the movement being clunky and stubborn, especially in interiors, and the hand-to-hand combat looking like Grand Theft Auto 3 just adds to the lacking feeling of this entire experience. A topic that never fails to roll people up is that of bugs. Now, before all of the "I never got any bugs, it's a perfect game" comments start to roll in, let's explain what I'm talking about. The foundation of this game is buggy. Now, I'm not talking about game-breaking glitches or one-off bugs. I'm talking about the fact that the game from the offset is built badly. Using the Mafia 3 engine, it kind of makes sense. For a start, textures always seem to be the wrong level of distance model. When you look at people's faces or objects, the renders are so low quality it's strange. Textures look muddy and blurred, and it's all an issue across this game. It's It's almost like these things are supposed to be viewed from a distance, and when close up they should be better, but they just never load in. They remain these muddy, faraway textures, and it's not nice to look at. Not to mention the fact that the actual render distance of objects, buildings, foliage looks terrible. The city skyline can never look magnificent because it's
What?
never loaded in properly.
Oh,
It
fuck
looks like
off.
a PS2 game for the most part, and the textures just do not load on the models. The grass also pops in as you're driving in the country, right before your eyes, and sometimes entire city blocks, people, and lampposts just pop in out of nowhere because this game is so poorly optimized and entirely unpolished. Went to the back. Oh, look at those guys just fucking spawned in. 3 of the same guy. Oh, yeah, wow. It's 3 of the same. Oh, my god, look at them all. It was the same woman. Oh, the pavement just spawned in. What is going on, gamers? Whee! I'm gonna get fucking banned off of YouTube for that.
Yeah, we got trouble. All available.
Good afternoon, sir.
Not to mention the fast movement can also stop shadows from loading in, but this is also the case in a multitude of cutscenes, and it gives me proper Mafia 3 vibes. The fact that this game has been shipped like this is abysmal, and this is not the quality we should be expecting from products that we've paid for.
Okay, then, and...
The islands of the Bahamas. Fly away.
Let's talk a little bit about the world. I know it's just a backdrop, and sure, they were trying to be as faithful as they could to the original as possible, but there are issues here. Sure, it can look lovely at night in the rain, you've got me, that looks nice as fuck, but the problem is with things like the population density. The city feels dead, there is barely any traffic, NPCs are few and far between, and the world just doesn't feel alive. It feels empty, and it's not the most enjoyable place to traverse, given it's got no sense of vibrancy or vitality to it. Of course, there's no side content, but that's to be expected. I mean, I'd argue if you're remaking a game, this is your opportunity to fix things that the original did badly, such as giving the world side content and purpose beyond being a backdrop, but whatever, I guess. The actual atmosphere is dependent on what you're doing. The world can feel nice when you're driving in the rain, but then it can also feel lacking, such as this party from after the race mission. There's music and there's general chatter, but none of the chatter is real. You can't walk up to people and hear more of what they're saying because they're not really saying anything. It's just ambient chatter that's not actually coming from anywhere in the world. And it's corner cutting like this that plagues a lot of what could have made this game really good. I know people want to hear it, so let's just talk about some of the good things. I've already said the driving, I really like it, and I could do it all day. I won't, but I could. The soundtrack is really good. It gives off Good Godfather, Goodfellas, Mafia vibe. I'm a big fan of that. The acting is superb, and it really brings the poor script to life a bit more. The story itself might be lacking, but the acting is really wonderful. And the world itself, although empty and dead at times, can look really nice, and I can see that they were close to achieving something here. All in all, the game is close to being good. I'm not saying that every aspect is bad, I'm just saying that almost every part of this game has issues, and what that does is create one singular bad product. If you have a house and every window has a crack in it, those individual small cracks don't ruin those particular windows, but together they do bring down the overall quality of your house. So what I'm trying to say, in a really roundabout way, is that the shooting, the movement, the textures, the lighting, the narrative beats, the animations alone aren't necessarily the worst things in the world, but the fact that each of them have quite a few issues individually make the overall product a mess. Given a good few months more time, this game could have been a hell of a lot better. A lot of these issues could have been ironed out, but I feel the biggest letdown is that this game doesn't try anything new. It didn't want to be a remake, it wanted to be a re-release with new visuals, and that was just never going to cut it. If they ever take Mafia 2 and remake it the way they did with this, I would love to see it reinvented. How can you add to the story and characters? How can you improve mission design? How can you improve the open world? And how could you make it in the current year, rather than being so dead set on recreating a game that already exists? That's why Final Fantasy VII Remake nailed it, and Mafia Definitive Edition sadly didn't. Well, thanks guys for joining me for this video. Originally I wasn't even going to make a video on the Mafia remake, but after streaming it and finishing it, which I'll link down in the description by the way, I streamed the whole thing over on Lasers Live if you want to know my thoughts as I was going through it, but after streaming it, I just had too much to say that I couldn't not make a video. I had to sit down and make this, and I I'm glad that I did. I know a lot of people are going to be mad about this, but I think a lot of people will probably agree as well. Maybe some people that are in between. I know a lot of people that showed up to my stream said they were planning on buying it, but weren't too sure after Mafia 3, and they didn't know if they wanted to spend the money, especially since there's so many games coming out. And so they tuned into my stream to see what the game was like, and a lot of people were swayed one way or the other. And maybe this video can help do the same. But I'm interested to know what you people think. Comment down in the comments. Did you enjoy this? Did you not enjoy it? Can you see the issues I talked about, or do you still care about them? Like, what was your experience of this game like? And also, if anyone's played it on PC, let me know a bit more in depth what it's like there, because I know Ethan has said that there's a lot less of these issues that I've talked about on PC. Obviously, the core issues are still there, and obviously it depends on whether you care about it or not, but that's always been interesting to me. What is the PC version like? Because it seems this is one of the rare times where the PC version's actually leaks better than the console version, and maybe I'll have to give it a try just to see exactly what it's like over on that platform, but probably not going to do that anytime soon, especially given the fact that I didn't really like sort of the basis of the game in general, but maybe that'll be something to do down the line, I don't know. But let me know. Thanks to everybody over on Patreon, thank you to everybody supporting the channel recently. I'll see you guys very soon for my big Hearts of Stone video. This should be coming out before that, but that'll be a big one. I'm very, very excited.
There you are.
Ah, crap. Place is huge.
Okay, boys. Check each crate, then we'll start cracking them open.
There's hundreds.
Yeah, and lucky you having all
This'll
night to
help.
search them.
Shit.
No cigars, no diamonds.
I need D2, don't I? It's B2.
Turning up squad.
Heads in this warehouse shit.
Gotta be finding it soon.
I'm assuming it's here.
Here either. Ah, jeez, give me a break. Found them.
Okay.
There he is. You sure we're getting what we came for?
We're aces, boys.
Good. Let's get them loaded and get out of here. That's the last of them.
Let's dangle. I'm not riding in the back again.
You're a better wheelman anyway. Just don't drive us into the bay. Shit. You hear that? Okay, Tom, gun it. Let's go, let's go! Jesus, Tom, it ain't comfortable back here, huh?
Through the gates!
I want roadblocks everywhere.
Every cop in town's
So
gonna
yeah,
be on
as I
their
said,
way.
like at this point,
So let's get
I
out of
feel
sight
like
fast as you
the
can, Tom.
plan is to
Road's
wrap up the
closed
game
up ahead.
tomorrow and then
Find another way.
get start
We
the
get seen,
personified
always help.
strikers immediately afterwards. Which will be interesting. I believe it's the first game from 2021 that I'm officially playing.
Another checkpoint. Give it a wide berth, Tommy. Here they come. Ah,
Fuck.
crap. Aim off the street.
Yeah, at this point I'm pretty tired.
Anyone seen the truck? Call it the news, fellas.
Oh shit.
Shit. Another roadblock. Find a way around.
Shit. Alright, there we go.
Where are they? Bet we'll have our guts for garters over this. Again.
Feels like we left them behind. Yeah, hopefully.
Where the hell were you back in the compound? We were about to give up.
Place was a maze. It's a miracle I found the crates.
Next time we pull something like this, we need a better plan. More information.
A better plan? He got the ice, didn't he?
Yeah, but next time...
Well, next time what? We run it all through you? Scores like these are your best thing?
Guys, I'm trying to drive here. Let's get back to the warehouse without LHPD on our tail, huh?
Sure.
We got the diamonds, the boss will be happy. That's all that matters right now.
Those rocks had better be as big as the goddamn ridge for all the crates we had to move tonight.
Shit.
You drive like this in your old job.
Also, I went the wrong way. Alright, whatever. Let's just fucking go around again.
You got a dead
What?
place or something?
It is so bizarre though. And again, like Laser said, like in many ways this game, and I said this even before, in many ways this game just feels like the original game from 2005, but then they just like made it look better. Like in many ways it feels like a remaster more than it does an actual remake. This doesn't feel like they do anything with the remake here.
What's with you today, Tom?
Feel the rumble as they head up the home straight. Experience speed like never before. The Autodrome, home of the Lost Heaven Grand Prix, welcomes you to enjoy full programs of races each weekend. Check the courier for listings. Lost Heaven Autodrome, the home of speed.
Fuck off. How far away is this thing? This feels like it's been going on forever. Okay, come on. Okay, perfect. There we go. So I think what we'll do is we'll finish this mission, watch the opening cutscene to the next mission, and then we'll call it a night.
How bad is it? It's the worst of it. It don't look too good. Don's gonna be pissed if we ruined any of the cigars.
What the hell?
Christ. It's dope. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Where are the diamonds?
There ain't any. This is the real score.
No. Don said we would get diamonds.
You can open every box. You're not gonna find them.
We put our fucking necks out on the line for this shit. Looks like it.
Rough, Paulie. The Don's coming.
Shit. We don't say nothing about this to the Don. Okay, if he wanted us to know, he would have told us.
He should have come clean.
Sure, but for now, we keep our trap shut. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Paulie? Yeah, I ain't saying nothing.
Any problems, boys?
One of the crates got a little banged up his own.
All right? Oh, doesn't look too bad.
Might have lost a few cigars, but otherwise the merchandise should be okay, boss.
Besides, ain't diamonds supposed to be the hardest thing around?
Outside of my cock, maybe.
Well, bravo, boys, bravo. You all got a well-deserved bonus coming your way.
You want us to unload the crates into the warehouse?
No, you can take a powder. These morons are gonna take it from here.
You sure?
What'd I say?
Okay, boss. We'll dangle.
Sam, give me a lift back to the bar.
Sure, boss. You guys coming?
Nah, we'll take the train.
Okay. See you later.
God damn it. I just about had it, Tommy. We got busted with all that smack, we would have died in prison.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do?
I already told you.
The bank.
Yeah. I don't care what Sam says. I'm getting that score.
How much you figure?
You want in?
We're just talking.
I knew I could count on you, pal.
Is there more to the mission, or there is shit?
And Imperial. Near North Park meets downtown.
Yeah, been there.
I just want to say something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, the security don't look tight. Easy getaway.
Hellers who don't look like they put up a fight. Can't do it alone.
Maybe. I'm not moving black tar for the Don. Especially if he's not cutting us in. And... I don't know. I just never want to be in that street.
What street?
On my knees. Watching some poor skirt burn. Just because she got in our way.
It was the wrong place and the wrong time. Just tough luck.
Seems there ain't no other kind with us.
I'm telling you, Tom, this is perfect. I wouldn't have asked you to come in on this if I didn't think it was our ticket.
We'll see. I'm not signing up for the job until I see what's what. If I get pinched, Sarah's done with me.
We've got a family to look after. I get that. But think about what this could mean for them.
Watch it, buddy. You're treading into enemy territory without a map.
Yeah. I don't know what it's like for you going home to your wife and kid. That's why I'm doing this. Who's gonna marry me? Nearly 40 years old and nothing to show for it but my rap sheet. But we do this, I get enough scratch to finally get out? Who knows?
You're not built for the domestic life, Bobby. 6 months in, you'll put a bullet in your brain out of boredom.
Christ. I'm ready to punch my ticket right now. We sit around for 6 months, just playing cards and busting balls, and I start to get lazy. Then everything blows up, and I gotta knock the rust off or I'm dead. One day I'm fighting to stay awake while the Don's telling us a story about the old days. One I've already heard 100 times, and the next day I'm getting shot at, trying to keep from shitting my pants. It's fucking wearing me out, Tommy.
So you're looking for the big one, though?
I know it's a snipe hunt. Every little mobster goes to bed dreaming about that last big score. But if we do this thing, I don't know. Might be just enough to get me a little pizzeria or something, you know?
Sure. But if we're doing this, we're waiting until things calm down.
You're already hooked, pal.
Maybe.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, yeah, as I said, we'll watch the opening cutscene, and then we'll end, and then hopefully we can finish the game next episode, which will be tomorrow night.
Plan stays the same.
Right. I take care of the crowd. You handle the manager. Threats don't work. Do what you gotta do. Keeps the vault keys on him.
Tell her sounds the alarm. How long do we get?
5 minutes. Maybe more. Before the cops show.
If it all goes well.
I'm not fucking around, Tom. Hear gunshots down at the vault. Don't come up. It's the money or nothing at all. You doing this?
We're doing this.
Everyone down on the floor! Get the fuck down!
Not you, ladies. Stay where we can see your pretty faces.
Anybody moves, I'll pop them.
Any time out?
Get the manager.
There we go.
I need you all.
Alright, we'll end here. Next episode, finish the game, hopefully. If not, then I will definitely finish it tomorrow night for sure. Again, from what I saw, we only have about like 50 minutes left. Knowing my luck, I'll fuck it up, but we'll see. Yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching.